This is the guide to face-offs. All about how you do them, how you win them, counter strategy, what goes into them, all of that. Alright, so which face-offs do you guys want to work on today? NHL Faceoff 98, NHL Faceoff 2000, NHL Faceoff 99, all great choices. What? They're out of order. Alright, stop yelling at me. There, fixed. You can undislike the video now. Seriously though, face-offs are really important. They're like the coin toss in football. They determine who plays offense first. I mean, as the winner of the coin toss, you can choose who really has possession first. That means if you win the face-off, you can just stand there and let the opponent take it. As a pretty crap player myself, finishing in the top 100 consistently, I can tell you that is a poor decision. You want to be the one with the puck first. You want to be the one controlling the game. If you win the face-off and then score on the same play and keep doing that, your opponent will never touch the puck. Something to keep in mind. That's why face-offs, they're really important. So if you're familiar with the basics of face-offs, feel free to skip in the video. Check out the timestamps in the description. Maybe you just want a refresher on the counters. Oh, you want to check out the new graphics that we have? We'll skip to that part then because I'm excited to show you. So what goes into winning a face-off? First of all, it's your timing. This is related to your connection online. If your timing is off, the only way you'll win a face-off is if your opponent's timing is off or if he's just not there. Your timing can be at any point during this window when the ref moves his hand to drop the puck until, well, the puck is on the ice. One person's timing at any point during that window can't be better than another person's. It won't make any difference in who wins the face-off. After that, it's your grip, how you hold the stick and how long you hold the stick. Notice that both of these players are holding onto the stick differently. McDavid in white is holding his stick on his forehand. That is, the front of his stick is facing forward. Eric Stahl in green is holding the stick on his backhand. That is, the front of his stick is facing toward him. The way that your player shoots, or in the game, he's a lefty or a righty, depends on how you hold the right stick on your controller to win the face-off. If you're using NHL 94 controls, then you can just press the A button on the Xbox or the X button on the PlayStation 4, and that will cause you to try to win the face-off. So before the ref even drops the puck, you have to have a grip. Unless you love glitches and you found a way to do it without the face-off grip, well, good for you. Because this is what happens when you do it too late. You're going to lose the face-off. I'm sorry, that's actually not an accurate representation of being too late. If you have the on-ice tracker on, it's going to look something like this. That's how you know maybe you should have done a little faster. So this is what it looks like when you don't have a grip versus when you do have a grip. Without a grip, your guy just stares blindly into the ref's hand. With a grip, he's ready to go. So if you're using a lefty, your forehand side will always be the right stick to the left. If you're using a righty, your forehand side will always be the right stick to the right. The opposite is true for the backhand. If you're a lefty, your backhand is the right stick to the right. If you're a righty, your backhand is right stick to the left. Up next is the face-off move that you do, which we're going to talk about more in detail in just a moment. This is largely based on which way you move your sticks, and it's kind of like a rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock minigame. Look, it's really simple, guys.
Scissors cuts paper, paper covers rock. Rock crushes lizard, lizard poisons Spock. Spock smashes scissors, scissors decapitates lizard, lizard eats paper.
Okay, maybe not so simple, however, we will go over it in more detail shortly. Then the last factor is your face-off rating, the player that you're taking the face-off with, your centers. Just because they're a center doesn't mean they're good at taking the face-offs, just like Malkin. Back in NHL 18, we took this to another level with our research and experimentation. We found that if you're countering an opponent who's way higher in face-off rating than you are, your chances of winning are comparable to a toss-up. But if you both do the same moves, then the guy with the higher face-off rating will win most of the time. So last year, I made this graphic, this face-off counters guide. I've received like thousands of complaints about it. People are complaining to the EA Twitter account that my Faceoffs chart sucks. And, I spent quite some time trying to figure out a great way to show that information better. Now, this way, it looks really cool. However, trying to figure out what beats what also kind of sucks. But again, if you can read it, it's nice. It's awesome. And then I also didn't polish it because I was just like, yeah, no one's going to like this. So I sought some help for my addiction. I mean, for my graphics woes. And that's where my man, my boy, my dude, my guy, my nephew, my hoopla, STB Visuals came to the rescue. We've got new graphics that couldn't just fit on one screen because it would just be way too chaotic. So the first one, the basic forehand. It's going to beat your tie-up, and like every face-off counter, it's going to beat the Deke. But I wanted to throw in the Deke in here just so you guys are aware that you can do that off the face-off. It only really works against someone who's not there or messes up their face-off move, or maybe you're playing against a computer on rookie. So I'm only going to show you how to do it and not much more beyond that. Anyway, the basic forehand, it's going to lose to either Sticklift. And when it goes up against either the basic forehand or the basic backhand, it's going to end up in a toss-up. That is essentially a flip of the coin, unless there's a difference in face-off rating. So now let's talk about what it looks like and how to do it. All of these examples will be done with lefties, but if you want to use righties, instead of moving the right stick to the left, you're going to move it to the right. Instead of the right, you're going to move it to the left. For the basic forehand, you're going to line up on your forehand. In this case, you're going to move your right stick to the left. And as the ref drops the puck, you're going to move your right stick downward in an arc. Now that we have the basics and the foundation, I'm going to go a little bit faster. The basic backhand is going to beat both of the stick lifts. It's going to lose to the tie-up. And similarly, it'll be a toss-up against itself and the basic forehand. To do it, your right stick's going to be on the backhand, which in this case is to the right. As the ref drops the puck, you're going to push it downward. As we go back to our close-up of Bergeron's butt. All right, up next are the stick lifts, starting with the backhand stick lift. The backhand stick lift is going to beat your basic forehand and your tie-up. It's going to lose to the forehand stick lift and the basic backhand. And of course, it's a toss-up when it's faced off against itself. To do the backhand stick lift, you line up on the backhand, in this case, to the right, and as the ref drops the puck, you're going to push the right stick upward. Your forehand stick lift is going to beat your basic forehand and your backhand stick lift. It's going to lose against the basic backhand. And it's a toss-up against the tie-up. To do it, you line up on the forehand, which in this case is to the left, and as the ref drops the puck, you push the right stick upward. Know that you can line up on the forehand or on the backhand and have different options available to you. If your opponent lines up on the forehand, you always want to go forehand stick lift. The worst that you can do is you can get unlucky in the toss-up. If you have a higher face-off rating than your opponent, you're almost always guaranteed to win the face-off. Finally, the last face-off move, tie-up, it beats your basic backhand. It's going to lose to the basic forehand and the backhand stick lift, and it's a toss-up with itself as well as the forehand stick lift. This face-off move is different, it's special, because you can line up on either the forehand or backhand, so left or right, on the right stick, and then with the left stick, as the ref drops the puck, you push it upward. That way, one of the players on your team will come and get the puck. So now that you know this information, you gotta remember to counter the tie-up in your defensive zone. The last viable face-off move, in a way, is the Deke off the face-off, and this is done by holding down left bumper or L1 before the ref drops the puck, and as the ref drops the puck, you push up on the left stick. It's cute, but again, it loses to any other face-off move, so that's why I recommend you don't do it. You can also shoot off the face-off by pushing up on the right stick as the ref drops the puck, but you're never going to score with that. And feel free to prove me wrong by sending me a clip of you scoring with the shot off the face-off, and not because your opponent pulled the goalie. So the last thing that I want to talk about is the left stick. For any face-off counter that's not the tie-up, with the left stick, you're able to control where the puck goes. So with the right stick, you're controlling which face-off move you want to do, and with the left stick, you're controlling who the puck is going to go to. There are limitations, like when you're on your backhand, you can't pass it to the person furthest toward the backhand side. But otherwise, it's good for getting it to the person you wanted to get it to. The last thing I want to talk about are face-off stances. You have a normal stance, an aggressive stance, and a defensive stance. It's your player's positioning on a face-off. Really, the only noteworthy one is the aggressive face-off stance. Look at how your players are positioned. In the neutral zone, you have a player out wide. In the defensive zone, you had 3 players on top of each other in front of the net. And in the offensive zone, the defender in the slot is closer to the circle. They don't make a huge difference except for the one in the defensive zone. I would highly recommend you guys put it on the aggressive face-off stance, because having 3 players in front of the net means you have more protection there, better chance of blocking a shot, helps with the cross creases and the tie-up cheese. On the flip side, your defensive zone face-offs look like this. Your defenders are way further down in the defensive zone and the neutral zone. I believe they're also spaced apart a little bit further in the defensive zone. If you guys want to change your face-off stance, all you have to do is press the B button or the circle button depending on your console, and then press LB or L1 to toggle between them. So that's what I have for you guys on face-offs, primarily against players. If you guys need help in winning in face-offs against AIs, I have a video dedicated specifically for that, so be sure to check it out. And with these guides, you shouldn't have any trouble winning face-offs. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you guys have any questions that I could help you with.